or there's a pattern to this. There's a pattern to it. There's a pattern to life, man. You can live without God and live a destructive life, and you're gonna have obstacles either way, but there's a pattern in all of this. There's a like I was thinking the other day, I was praying to God like yesterday or the other day, and I said, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was praying to God the other day, and I noticed, I told God, I said, I know here soon there's going to be a crash. I trust you through this, but I know there's going to be a crash soon. Why? Because I took my eyes off of you at some point in the past few days. And I remember waking up worried. And I'm at work, and I didn't even get to my time clock yet. And that's all I could think of. I'm already in Saul. I'm already sitting there in Saul. I'm worried. It was like a weight on my chest. And I was like, Lord, I trust you. But it's not that I'm worried that this crash is going to separate me and you. I'm worried, I guess, that when this crash happens, I will be tested, and I'm worried that I won't, in that day that I'm tested, it'll be a bad day, or I won't feel close to you that day, or I won't feel in the bliss with you that day, and you just, you sometimes you feel like you're headed for a crash, because you took your eyes off the Lord. It's like when Peter got out of the boat. No one else got out of the boat. He takes his eyes off the Lord for a minute. He starts sinking. It's the same way, and I didn't even realize that it was the same thing until I'm telling this story out loud to my wife, and she starts telling me about Peter, and I'm like, you're right, But it's like driving this car right now. Happens if I stop looking in front of me, if I start looking around, and I start wondering, those trees over there, or those flowers over there, or that building over there, are the bolts tight on that building? Let me look over there and make sure the bolts are tight on that building. And guess what? Now I've crashed my car because I'm worried about something that ain't even in my control. We're over here so caught up, and God, I'll pray, but I gotta clock in right now, Lord. I gotta put you on the back burner for a minute. I gotta tag you out and tag work in. I gotta tag you out and tag my own mind in, and I'll pick you up when I clock out, and you don't have time like that. And like I know, like, a lot of you don't understand it. A lot of people don't get it. They're why is the Lord, and really, I guess I spent a lot of time rolling around down there. And then one day I woke up, and one day my old self died, and it hurt. I mean, it hurt. And when I say it hurt, I mean physically, spiritually, mentally, it hurt. I woke up, I had chest pains, mucus. Felt like I had the flu every day. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Everybody else is fine in the house. I'm over here going through spiritual warfare. I'm just sitting in my own, can't find any kind of happiness. Can't be on my own for more than a few moments without feeling like I'm just in this world full of calamity that doesn't make sense and that I'm not a part of. And I spent a long time feeling like I'm not a part of this world until I finally had the epiphany that it's because I'm not. And you might not be either. So if you're feeling like that, or you're feeling like we were not born to be a part of this world. Now, if you want to go be part of this world, you go, so be it. You go and please the world. I'm not here to please you or please the people. I'm here to please my Father. So sometimes, every time we get this pattern wrong. We can know the pattern and know the pattern and know the pattern. Oh Lord, I know the pattern now. I know the spiritual pattern, how to get to you. There is no cheat code to heaven, but there is a way of living that can make your life a whole lot more peaceful. And I know you're sick of hearing it. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I know you're tired of hearing it, but we ain't tired of talking about it. So there's a pattern that I find myself falling out of a lot. and I know the pattern. Like I feel as if God spoke to my soul and calmed me and told me everything would be all right. It gave me a divine, like an understanding that I don't need to know the reason why. I don't need to know. I already know why. I already know everything that God does in my life. I don't know, the plan that is before me or ahead, or the obstacles that lay in front of me, but I know that He's doing it for me because He loves me, because I'm in His grace, and so when we fall out of this pattern, it's not gonna hurt Him, and it's not gonna make Him stray from us, but it will make our own mind stray from Him. It will put a gap between us. It'll put a roadblock between us, and the devil will convince you that you are so many steps away from the Lord that there is no point in trying to get back. He's going to convince you that you've screwed up too many times, and you've tried to fix it too many times, and if you can't fix it, then you're not fixable. And that's a lie, because you can't fix you. There is nothing about you can fix. You can put diamonds on your fingers. You can put chains around your neck. You can put Gucci, Louis, Dior. You can put all that on you. But you're still dirty. You are still dirty if you ain't repenting. And it's fun. Some people don't, everybody's got their own way to how they go about this, how they repent, how they believe, I ain't gotta live a sinless lifestyle to come. No, you don't. You don't. But I've lived in sin, and I've lived as close as I can get to not in sin. And it starts slow. And that's what kicks everybody off of it. And I'm not talking about, you need to come join Christianity. I'm talking about you need to come join Jesus Christ. You talk about religion all day, but that whole, we talk about religion, use the word religion to put an obstacle between you and the faith I'm trying to tell you about. I ain't talking to you about religion. I'm talking to you about the man that saved me, the man that saved you. But you want to talk about religion, start talking about semantics, start talking about extra words that don't even mean nothing. Even the deaf and blind know how to understand this. So I'm sorry, sometimes I get upset about my Lord and Father when people act like it's just a secondhand thing, or like a hand-me-down, or like something that they can get around to, or something that, I don't know about that, man. Maybe it's just me. I've been shown irrefutable proof. I've got children that love me, adore me. There's I don't know. Maybe I've just been given so much that it's just I can't deny Him. I've also had nothing, though. I used to live in a rundown old trap house that had broken windows. We was using an old VGA monitor that was wired up through an old spliced VGA cord into, I don't even know, we watched like a DVD player or something, or some, I'm not sure. But I remember sitting there, and I didn't even pray in those days. I didn't have nothing to do with God in those days. I would tell people, I'm a Christian, but was I though? I never talked to Him. I never spent time with Him, and my life went downhill. I was 20 years old, and got into some stuff. My door got kicked in. I'm sitting here. I got papers on my head, and I'm trying to figure out, what am I gonna do? I got 2 kids. I didn't even know that the Lord was preparing doors for me. He's out there moving things for me. Even though I hadn't been praying to Him. I hadn't been asking Him I had been asking Him for everything, but I ain't been thanking Him for anything. I've been acting like He was a genie in a bottle. And if He didn't grant my wish, and I ain't talking to you. It's less than 10 years later. I done moved 2 more times since then. 3 more times since then. I own my own house. I own my own yard, my land. I got dogs, cats, chickens, a beautiful family. I got a flat screen in every room. I got LED lights. I got so much. I'm overflowing. I'm overflowing. Like, sometimes I just sit there and I think about it, and sometimes it brings tears to my eyes, because I'm like, how many times I sat there like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I live in this little crappy house that used to be used by drug dealers, and I don't know what they were cooking in here, what they were doing in here, and I feel sick like every day because of whatever drugs are still like seeped into the wall or whatever, and now I'm feeling like I can't provide. So I went out and did something that stuff I didn't need to do, and it made me feel, quick money makes you feel like the big dog, and so I'm over here feeling big dog status, big man status, and then in the flip of a switch, boom, gone, didn't have nothing. It's a whole pattern. You take your eyes off the Lord for a moment, and there might be a crash in your life. And there might not be. I've just noticed this. The Lord worked every time you probably think you got him figured out. He's gonna do something different to let you know, he ain't got him figured out. But at the same time, I understand him a little bit at this point because we've built a relationship. My Lord's calmed me, my Lord, so I know that there's certain things that I can do. So when I abide by my Father and I'm obedient to my Father and I listen for my Father and I do what my Father says and I don't ask, I might ask why, but I don't argue with him about it and I don't refuse to do it. I just do it blindly, even against my own understanding. Then my life begins to unravel peacefully. And it started slow. It convinced me, oh man, this ain't for me. This is slow. I was living fast. But living fast is like cheat codes. I was getting everything now. Boom, 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 boom. What am I gonna do when I'm 40 years old and I done bought the world? Because I wanted all that fast money. Now I done lived my life with cheat codes. Now I don't know how to love. Now I don't know how to live. I lived poor my whole life. Now people's live poorer than me. My parents provided for us and we did okay. And there ain't nothing that I ever needed that I didn't have. But I know that my Father worked hard to provide. And so I found love before I found anything in this world. Before I knew about money, before I'm 30 years old and I still don't know how to even use money. Like when I get my paycheck, I pay my bills, and then the rest of my money, I buy stupid crap that I feel like other people want because like I don't know how to use it. I don't know what honest people use money for. I don't know what people that love the Lord use money for. So I don't even know how to use it, to be real with you. I know how to use love though. Like I got a bank full of love. I might got $12 in my pocket, but I got billions on trillions dollars worth of love up in here. Like, so when you find love before money or for success, before any of that, you find God before all of that, then it will make your life a whole great deal easier than if you go get rich, you go get that quick money, you go get this and you go get that. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And like, that's real. If you don't have any struggles in your life, what do you need to pray for, right? If you've got, your bills are paid, you got food, you got clothes, you got money, you can buy the newest this, you could go buy a house right now, another house, you go buy cars, you go this, your relationship's fine, your mom's in good health, your dad's in good health, you got all your people, your cousins are still coming over, you still got, what are you praying about, right? So it becomes very hard to find something to pray about when you're rich or when you have everything you need. And it's not impossible, but it becomes an obstacle that you've put between you and the Lord, because the Lord did not tell you to live for money or for riches or to impress a man. He wants you to live for Him. So whenever you go about getting all that money and you go all about getting whatever it is that you think is gonna fill your heart, it's not, it's you get right with God, and he'll do more for you any credit line in the world can. You got Chase Bank, you got Wells Fargo, you got Bank of America. They're giving you $10,000 credit lines, black cards, 100,000 credit lines. Well, my God's credit line don't never run out. I ain't never got to pay it out. I ain't never got to pay it back. Boy, if he was counting credit, I'd be maxed out my credit card a long time ago with favors. Now go ahead and go to that Bank of Christ. I ain't talking about money. It's a bank of love. And go invest. Go talk to the Lord. And come to him. You keep getting your pattern wrong. You keep getting thrown off your pattern. I love you, God. I love you, God. I love you, God. I know the pattern. I need to stay obedient, and I'm going to live in bliss. And yes, I'm going to have shortcomings, but because I'm obedient, I'm going to have a better understanding that whenever you do bring those shortcomings into my life, it's not you bringing those shortcomings. It's the devil's playground. The devil, you allow a certain amount of play with him. He can test me, and he can this and that, because my Lord believes that I am strong in my faith and that I will not wear. Wherever there is a storm, wherever it's whirling winds, my Lord stands still. My eyes are on him and I stand still. So whenever things get cloudy and the world's moving fast and this and that, I don't care about none of that. Because in the end, it's going to be me and my Holy Father. I love my family, and it took a long time to get used to the fact that we're all going to go to heaven, and it might not be everything, it might not be how it was explained to you, but it's better. And it took me a while to understand that I needed to put the Lord above my family. That's very hard to do as a father of 5 children. But I had to put it in his hands. Like, Lord, if I can put my children's lives in your hands, I'm hoping that you see that I'm giving you my everything, because my children are my everything, and I don't trust anyone with them but you, Father. So if I'm giving you my children, I can't give you anything else that I feel like is as important to that as my children are to me. I've given you my soul, I've given you my children, and that's where I'm at. You know, you take your eyes off him for a minute, the devil slips in somewhere. He starts moving things around. He starts moving the pillars that you were trying to move into place, and this and that. But the thing about Satan is he can't take something that he did not give you. He can just convince you that it's gone. So he's not a peacemaker. He doesn't make peace. My Lord makes peace. My Lord makes happiness, and my Lord makes joy. The devil has nothing to do with any of that. So he cannot take it away. He has no authority over me or my spirit, my body, my soul. So it's only when I take my eyes off the Lord that it allows the devil to slip in, and he uses me against myself, because now he knows that he cannot get me in my afterlife, so now he has to torment me here. So if you're saved, the only way to live this life in bliss is to talk to your Father every day. Don't take your eyes off of him, and do not let the devil in, because he will use you against you. Who can convince you better than anybody else? You can. You listen to yourself more than you listen to anybody in the world, more than you listen to your wife, sometimes more than you listen to God. So don't tell me that you can't convince yourself to do something. That's how we decide things. We talk to ourselves. So don't tell me that the devil cannot use you against you. So quit slipping up on your pattern. Pray to God. It's simple. Ain't nobody tell you to read the Bible front to back. It'll help. It'll give you some understanding though. But it's not a bunch of qualifications. There's absolutely zero qualifications. Zero. It's the ultimate drafter. This man I've been drafted. Boy, I'm out there playing, dog. I was sitting on a bench. He drafted me, scouted me. Was at one of my games. He scouted me. Oh, here we go. So now I'm here. So where are you? Are you here? Are you over there? Are you on the bench? Are you waiting to be scouted? Are you waiting to be drafted? Where are you? Are you gonna go when he sends you? Because I sent a prayer a long time ago. Send me. And he's preparing me, boy. And he can prepare you too.